Daniel, how are you?
Hey, Colin, how are you?
Very good, thank you. Very good. Hey, look, I think you came up with this crazy idea for our on-shelf availability working group to have a session around peak trading and Christmas and the holiday season. And we scheduled it for November the 9th. We've had a terrific response in terms of retailers, joining us and consumer product goods producers as well. So we've got a really great audience on November the 9th. And we've got some great speakers lined up. And we're going to touch on four areas, I think. What do you start doing as you get ready for managing on-shelf availability coming up to sort of Christmas peak trading? What do you stop doing? How do you organize it all? And then what do you do afterwards in January when you've suddenly realized you've got more silver foil than you can imagine, or other things? So what research have you been doing on this area, and what are you looking forward to hearing and learning about when we have the session?
So the research that I did mostly was to prepare myself for this meeting here by
Wonderful.
preparing myself for Christmas. I talked to Santa Claus about what he thinks this Christmas is going to be, and it turns out Santa Claus is a little ambiguous. He said Santa Claus said that the people in Walmart, they were very optimistic in 2021. They hired whatever 130, 150,000 new people. Then the next year they hired 40,000 people. Target, by the way, hired 100,000 people at the last year, and this year nobody really knows where it's going. Walmart's a little bit more careful. They said they will add workers on a case-by-case basis. Rising labor costs is a factor. They're not hiring. They're expecting a little bit lower season. They actually said that potentially Christmas sales could go as low as whatever in the 2008 2010 season. So it's not really clear. On the other side, in Europe, the signals are much more positive. You have Tesco and Sainsbury's all hiring 20, 30,000 people. Even Aldi is hiring 3,500 new people that help with in-store picking, that help with the replenishment, that help with the cashiers. So there is still activity, and don't forget, for most stores, the Christmas season represents 10 to 30% of sales. And what we've done so far in this wonderful group is we look primarily at sort of the routine business, but peak is peak. Think about Halloween, think about the Amazons with their Black Fridays and the fashion companies with their Black Fridays, electronics. A lot of that stuff goes through. And I just literally wonder, how can you assure with the given shelf space that you have that you can actually get through this? I mean, hiring people is one thing, but you can't hire more shelf space, right? So how are you going to do this? So that to me is an absolute miracle. And I really admire retailers for doing that. And I really want to understand the secrets, how they do it.
Yeah, and also you touched on, I know you in some of your research, what happens afterwards as well, and that seems to be an area of curiosity. You found something in Australia.
Yeah, that I thought was really interesting. The Australians were seemingly more worried about the sort of the dull January than the festive December. And that's also something that I thought is interesting. It's kind of like, once you're in a cheery mood and you're a little tipsy with all the champagne, what happens then in January when you wake up and you're hungover and there's no more people in the store and your sales are down? Interesting, huh?
Yeah. Well, look, it's on November the 9th. We're really looking forward to it. It's something a bit unprompted, but it does seem to have caught the imagination, and we hope to see you all then. Thank you very much, Daniel. I'll speak to you soon.
Jingle
Bye-bye.
bells.
Jingle bell.